team, which is also the same for other teams as well, right? What we learned together yesterday. So, Greg,
Yeah.
do you want to start
So
talking about the action points if you remember, or I can help you remember?
no, I know the action points of reaching out to
Okay.
people and doing a pitch deck. So it's still ongoing, still a
So let's start with the
process.
first one, right? What's your first action point that we took?
The first action was to reach out to like school boards. So Elizabeth and Saga will be doing that. So we decided to share the tax since they're in Brampton and reaching out to, I think, to what's his name on the Slack channel. I have his name here.
Yeah, Brampton Slack channel. I gave you some input.
Yeah. We'll be doing that. Sagal is following up on that to reach out. While for the other team members, working on the. We've not started working on the pitch deck because I've not I've not uploaded the slides to the team, but I'm working on it, the pitch deck, so that other team members can also work on that. So it's still an ongoing process, and we'll be doing that. So I think by next week we should have a good update on that.
Yeah. So this is what it is. This is not only applicable for you, Greg. It's also applicable for you, other teams that are here. Is that when you have an idea, Darren's probably you might be wondering what's going on here. Just to follow us towards the end, I'll give you the summary so you would get the whole picture. Okay, Darren?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Just follow through because you'll understand if you follow through this, because this is our like probably 20th or 30th session, 25th session, right? So we learn together to become an entrepreneur and intrapreneur, whatever the skill is required to get there. That's what we are trying to do. And we start with people who have no knowledge on entrepreneur and then turn them into an entrepreneur within a year, right? So that's this Testoper project is all about, which includes building the product, building the projects, doing the coding, but also doing lot many things so that you can learn everything that you wanted to learn. That's the big picture. Just follow us through, you will understand what we are doing. Okay, so Greg, first action point that you had is to build the trusted advisor. So this is applicable for you, Ashwin, for everyone. So you as a team, so far, whatever that you have done, we have learned together, all good, right? You have moved forward and all good. But what is important for you is you need a backing, someone who can actually support your idea and who is the subject matter expert of that idea. You need to somehow find someone like that to bring in into your team. So that person could be like, for example, for the Greg's team, he has to talk to some people. If he's targeting the schools, right? So he has to identify in the school a principal, or in the school there are so many groups like a computer groups will be there, right? Innovation groups will be there in the school, and they wanted the kids to. You can actually go. When my kid was he was in teens in his middle school, also in the high school, right? They have a department where they teach how the kids can become entrepreneurs, coding, and all those kind of things. So you got to find the team within the school like that, and somehow make them interested on your idea so that they can actually work together to build this together with you and support you with refining your idea to create a MVP, minimum product, so that you can start implementing with them. It will solve two problems for you. One problem for you is you are on the right direction, you're working on the right problem, whatever the problem is. And then the second thing it's going to help you is they're also going to contribute in helping you to become, helping you to do coding as well. It could be an in-house project of that particular school in collaboration with your team. So that's what you need to get to. It's the same thing for you, Ashwin and team, as well as Mickey and team, right? So you have an idea now. You be depending upon the target customer that you are focusing, which we have learned in last many sessions. You got to find the trusted advisor. That's the first thing. Okay. Recap of last session. And then the second thing is pitch deck, right? So now when you are actually going to these people and when you are trying to present things to these people about your product, somehow you need to make them interested on what you are doing and wanted to come and work with you to do whatever that you wanted to do. That's the next thing, right? So you need to create based on the idea that you have, based on everything that you have learned, foundational element that you have learned since all the sessions. What you have to do is you have to create a pitch deck. Now, when you're talking about pitch deck, it's pretty easy. You can go to Google and you can, I can train you how to create. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to do this time, like first 3-4 months, I have been training you on different topics. This one topic pitch deck, I wanted to do it a little differently in the sense that I wanted you guys to go Google and learn how the pitch deck is made and then prepare yourself and come and present. Then I will help you to refine that, add missing pieces, whatever is required to be added, and become a good presenter who is able to go and present in front of your trusted advisor and able to get their confidence to help you. So when you talk about the pitch deck, okay, let me check here something for you guys. Just give me a second. I got to. Okay, I think I got it. Let me copy this. I don't know whether you can access this or not. I wanted to test it quickly here. Let's see. And I'm sending this link in the chat. Can you just give me a second? Can you all click and see if you can open it? It's in the chat.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah. After opening it, make sure that the link in the browser you copy and keep it, because the link that I sent you is a redirect link, right? Because I have a tie with some person and they gave me that link. So whenever you click the link that I sent you in the Microsoft Teams, it will go to their server and then go to the end one, right? So just after clicking this, you will get a link with airtable.com. Okay, take that airtable.com. That link, I'll send you that link now. If you have not clicked the first link, it's fine. Copy the second link that I gave you and then just use that link. And there are examples of number of pitch decks there. This number of pitch decks are there. So take your time. Even if you take a month or two to learn, but trust me, it is worth to. It's worth time spent on this to learn how to create a pitch deck. It's not only applicable for creating a pitch deck for the idea that you have to impress the person, whoever that you want them to come and work with you, but it is also going to really help you even in your day job. If you wanted to articulate something to your boss, articulate something to your company, you want your company to do things in a different way, I mean, it's going to really help. And what I suggest is, before even you think about creating your own pitch deck, take time, right? Maybe in a week, try to go through 3 or 4 or 5 pitch decks here and try to learn how other companies have created the pitch decks. This will really, really help you. You don't know how powerful it is, but trust me, it's going to help you in multiple ways. Even for me, I wanted to go through this 31 pitch decks by myself, right? But the point is, go through this whenever you get time. It's going to be very helpful. You don't have to go through all 31 right away, but plan it in a way that over the year you go through 31 and understand and kind of comprehend the data there and make yourself familiar on how one should create a pitch deck. Now remember, same shirt does not fit all. So whatever that these you see here, the pitch decks, I mean, it may not fit for your purpose, but it will give you an idea, and then you can basically, stitch your shirt to your size, right? Create your own pitch deck. Second point. Now, so these are the two things that we talked about, and the third one is, Greg. What is the third one action point that we had? We had 3 action points, if I'm not wrong.
3 action or 2 action points?
Only 2 action points. So the third action point is, to me, is building your team. So it's connected to your first action point, finding a trusted advisor, but also building your team. So what does it mean? If you wanted to build your team, you wanted to make your team strengthen, like for example, forget about this program. As an individual, you want to become an entrepreneur and you wanted to build your company. What do? As a person, you go and find people who can join you to build your dream. And I gave you a platform for you guys to come and get started with the team right away, right? But now it's time for you to build your own team. And I can help you to build your own team, right? Like for example, like Darren's, like some people suddenly pop up in some of the sessions. Then a good opportunity for Darren's to talk to all the three teams and join one of the team, right? He's starting to develop and become as a programmer. And each one of us here are trying to do the same thing as well, right? So it could be a good marriage there. And the most important thing is I wanted you to build your own team. And I can help you to do that in multiple ways. So first, once you start understanding the pitch deck, try to create some like 4-liner, 5-liner, 6-liner about your project, and then post it out in social media and talk about if you want to do a small write-up, right? And I will review your write-up. I will try to help you to massage it a little bit and then push it on into the social media, send it out to your friends, send it out to the people and tell them, hey, I'm part of this project that I'm doing. I have formed the team. This is the idea we have, and we are doing this now, so that we can learn. We started as nobody, like no knowledge on entrepreneurship and tech, but we have progressed and we have come to this stage, and we want people to come and join us and help us. Blah blah blah. We can put some emotional touch into it, and then start marketing yourself, so you can start building the team. So this is the third point, which is kind of tied to the first and second, but I wanted to keep this as a separate one, building your team. The first point will help you to build your team. The second point, creating a pitch deck, will allow you to position yourself so that you can attract people to come to your team. Right? But still, I want to keep that as a third action point, guys. So keep that as a third action point. I would appreciate it. So those are the three.
Kader, quick question. Are you supposed to be sharing something?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to.
We went to last week.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. We're refreshing our discussions. So 3 points. This is going to be, I'm going to call this as 3 pillars of June. Okay, we are starting the month of June. 3 pillars of June. June and July, we need to strengthen these 3 pillars and build a strong foundation. That's what we're going to do. Okay, Greg, any questions on actions?
Yeah, sounds good. We'll work with the team to see what we can do about that.
Yes. Now, for all the 3, you need to involve me too. Take help from me. Take help from Farhan. Right?
Yeah.
So first one, obviously, you guys have to go and talk to the schools and things like that. The second one, pitch deck, I have already given you help. 30 top pitch decks you would never see in one place. I've given you that. It's very rare to get that link. And then the third one is building the team, get myself and Farhan involved. You do some write-ups, you market yourself and send it out to the people, try to impress others and get them to get them into your team. So these are the 3 things that we have to make it successful in next days and weeks. Okay. Once you have that, rest of the things will follow. I'll continue training you guys on the. We finish the part 1 of our session. We will start the part 2, which is the product stuff. Part 3, entrepreneurship stuff. For part 4 will be, you will have an MVP that you can actually go and pitch in front of people, and even we will have a competition towards the end and have some kind of a gifts and prizes and things like that. And I'll also invite Brampton to come and judge you guys, right? So that they can actually see what you have done, what you have built, and so on. So that's the way I would like to really end this program this year. Good. Now let's move on to the team 2. So who is going to take the floor today, and who is going to take the floor next week? So we plan for 3 weeks, right? 1 week for a team. Ashwin team or Mickey's team? Who's going to go today?
I can go, Kader.
Okay, let's get started. Go ahead, Ashwin.
Yeah.
Now you should be in a better position than Greg, right? Greg started with nothing, and now you have the 3 action point back of your mind, so you can always think of that when you're presenting and educating all of us about what you're trying to do.
Yeah, sure, Kader.
Go ahead.
Let me open my presentation. Is my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, to me.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So we are working on a concept, a project which we give name as a quick work. So quick work is basically a platform where we facilitate a needer and helper to communicate with each other and share the values. I will explain in detail about my projects. So I just give a little overview what is the agenda of entire presentation. So first, I'm just talking about my team, how many members we have, what is our vision and mission, and what sort analysis we did in the past, and brainstorming. So technology part will take care by my colleague Mukit. He will explain more about the technologies, current project progress, and challenges. So first 3 points I am talking about that, and last 3 points talking by Mukit with me. So I start with my first things, team members. So right now we are the 4 team member. Feen is our project manager. Mukit, Hetal, and myself, Ashwin Chaurasia. So Mukit basically take care of all the developer activities, coding and programming part. Hetal is more involved into the testing and developing part, and I myself involved into the documentations and operation parts. So this is the all we share the responsibilities among with us. So any question, if anyone has, please feel free to ask.
No, I think you have a balanced team to start with, Fame, even though all are new. But
Yeah.
from the responsibility point of view, you have a balanced team. That's good. Now we got to find the additional team members and so on for all those 3 points that I talked about. This is good. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. So the second point, we identify our mission and vision, which ultimately come up from our passions. So our team members believe some concept, and we brainstorm that concept and come up with our project mission and vision. So our team vision is that a world where it is easier to connect the people to exchange value. So that we thought when we are developing this concept and brainstorming. Our mission is that to help the people that need miscellaneous tasks done, find the right people for them, basically connect needer and helper together, and that's the our mindset, and our mission and vision put together become our passion. So with this passion we are developing this project and product for our market. Any question, if anyone has, please feel free to ask.
Now, so one thing that I have, maybe it's just a wording, right? Ashwin, right? So when I look at the vision, to me, it is also a massive transformative purpose. You can use that word also, right? Which why you exist as a company. So you basically are mentioning a world where it is easier to connect people to exchange values, right? So what do you mean by values here?
Here, the meaning by value is that the people who need to do the work and the people who require the help to achieve some task, like any miscellaneous task, like you want to do some home cleaning stuff, some lawn, snow shoveling work, any type of work which you required, or the people who's looking for to serve that services. So we are looking to reconnect these two peoples together.
Got it. Uh, So like you have Kijiji and all these kind of things, right? How do you differentiate yourself from that?
Yeah, I'm just explaining the same thing by next slide, SWOT analysis. So where we evaluate our concept against others, competitors, and market opportunities. So I will discuss in the next slide this point.
Got it. See, the reason I kind of asked these questions is I just want to share what's running in my mind, right? When you say exchange values, the values could mean number of things, right?
Yeah.
So, like for example, I might help need from someone to get food for me because I'm not mobile. I might need someone to help me to mentor and energize so I can go and become a continuous learner. So there's number of things that you can think of, right? That one can provide value to one another.
Yes. Yes,
Right.
Karan.
So when you are trying to build an MVP, it's always good of thinking of picking one value, you know, rather than all the values. Pick one value that you wanted to focus on, how two people can benefit from that, and create something around that.
Yes, Karan.
Keep that in your mind, right? Otherwise, it will become too broad of a sense, right? So just I wanted to kind of share that with you guys. Now, what value, one value as an MVP you're going to pick, it's your decision. But my recommendation is to do that. Okay.
Sure, Karan.
All right. Perfect.
So can I move to the next slide?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, Ashwin. Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, please ask me.
So I think this application or product you are building is very similar to IKEA's TaskRabbit, if you are aware about it.
Yes. We already evaluate that also. All these things I'm discussing in the next slide in my SWOT analysis.
Oh,
Okay, let's give a chance for Ashwin. We are thinking ahead, I think. So Ashwin, see how excited we are to hear what you're doing. Please go ahead.
Thanks a lot, everyone. So I'm moving to my next slide. So this is the SWOT analysis, which we did about our concept and market activities. So strength. First, I'm talking about the strength. What make us a strong candidate or strong concept to develop here. So our platform, what we are trying to develop is it a simple platform for needer and helper to connect. We are making it so smooth way that anyone can participate here as a needer or helper without any complications. And the second point, which we are strengthening our concept over there, like liabilities are limited by getting verified helpers. So as the people talking about the Kijiji are just providing a platform where the needers and helper can talk together, and it's between them. They need to be take care the rest of things, and Kijiji just provide the platform, and other things will be take care by the needers and helper by themselves. Here, entire liabilities are take care by us. We are the people who working as a mediator, and we make sure everything is working fine without any scam or any type of loose points. So we verified our helper on that part. So that make us apart from Kijiji, and we provide a secure transactions between needer and helper. So like Kijiji does not do that activities, we are providing that as a secure way. You maybe say that the TaskRabbit also provide the same thing, which I will discuss in my others points. And we are planning to provide a wide range of skills available on our platform. So as we are starting with the narrow down approach with minimal viable product by this year, and we want to be explore that basket into the more broad way, so more skills can be accommodate over there on the long term part. So that is our long term concept, which is right from our vision statement. So I'm talking about the weakness. What weakness we identify right now? As you know that already the platform like Kijiji and TaskRabbit exists into the market, and the people already aware about that. So we are completely new. We need marketing to market ourselves into the market. So make ourselves visible to more of the people. So that one weakness and challenges we have right now. Risk of needers posting very low price for work. So the second challenges which we found, we are providing a facility between the needers and helper to post their work over there with their desired range over there. So here we provide the facility to needer also. They can also do the posting, which can visible to the helper, and helper can also post their services into our portal, which also visible by the needer. So needer can also post their prices, helper can also post their prices. We are helping both the people to match with each others. But if someone is posting very low prices, then might be our helper will not be accommodate that types of requests. So that is the one challenge which we found, and we are working around that, how we can take care of that part over there, which make us a different from the TaskRabbit, because TaskRabbit already have predefined values, charges over there. And if some needers want to post something, it is difficult to visible on a wide variety over there. So that is something different which we are finding over there as a market gap, and we are looking to fill up with our product. The other point is opportunity. Large amount of people interested on making extra income. As we are aware in the market, people always looking to earn more apart from their regular work. So it's also become an opportunity for the people to earn the side income by doing such type of task which not required any type of license. So our initial concept is that we include the skills and services which is not required any type of licensing. So that is our minimum viable product concept which we are trying to achieve by this year end. And multiple small jobs available, as I talk about lawn mowing, cleaning the house. So this types of work is very basic work, and anyone can do this type of job and earn some small amount of money from the market. And people not finding a secure way to connect with helper for small work, as Kijiji is just providing a platform without any verifications and other tasks over there. TaskRabbit absolutely provide, but what we found that there is no lots of opportunities people can find. Neither needer nor helper. So that one market gap we identify once we did our market research in the past. The threat, as I said that already there is established competitor exists like a TaskRabbit, which already have branding and have market visibility. So we need to be market ourselves to become more popular into the market. So that is some SWOT analysis we did in the past. Any question is there? Please feel free to ask me.
Ashwin, this is good. I want to ask you one thing, just to help you, okay? Because this is your idea, you have to do what you believe is the right thing to do. But I'm just giving you some my inputs, right? First line inputs.
Sure.
See, if you look at all these Kijiji, Craigslist, and all the places, right? Most of the time, the request will come from people who really have a need, okay?
Yes.
And don't know how to do it. If they know how to do it, they don't need to really place the request, right?
Yes.
Or they know to do it, but they don't have time, right? So they require some help.
Yes.
So that's number one to think about. And then the second thing to think about is the person who can provide help most of the time, right? Or the person who is running the business or living his life for earning bread and butter out of that particular task. Most of the time, like for example, if I go to Kijiji or anywhere, and if I look for and if I search for someone who can help me for fixing the garage or driveway or whatever, most of the time you get response is a company which is or a contractor who is actually who can come and help me, but he is doing that for bread and butter for his life. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, they are working as a professional in that.
Yeah, they're working as a professional and they do it like a day job for them, right? So this is what it is. But the way when I was looking at hearing you talking about the SWOT, something came up into my mind. Two things came up into my mind. The first thing came up into my mind is this is the platform which is going to encourage the people who have skills and don't don't do it like for bread and butter to help others.
Yeah, right.
That's something came up, right?
Yes.
One thing that I came up to me as a unique one. And then the second thing is the value value of this particular thing is that you're basically making someone has a talent. If someone knows how to play guitar, and in my home I have a party for my son's birthday or whatever, I need some guitarists to come and play music. So I never need a professional one. I need someone who knows to play the guitar, who is passionate about to come and play it. You got it, what I mean?
Yes, Kader.
Okay, so that's the number one, right? And then the second thing is when you do that, what happens? You are going to keep the life alive, right? The inner passion of different people, what they wanted to do outside of their day job, you keep it alive. If you take me as an example, right? Me and Farhan, we are very, very passionate about giving back selflessly to others. So we engage ourselves to come and spend time with you all to help you to learn, because I told you a number of times it's a non-profit and we there's no benefits for me and Farhan to do this, but we do it. Why? Because we want to keep our passion alive. You understand what I mean? So like that, you should position yourself in a way that you are really helping the people to keep their passion alive, to do things that they are passionate about, right? Not bread and butter. Okay.
Yeah.
Ashwin, I want to add here, Kader, the basic idea of like this project is to get like the values you asked, right? So the value are in terms of time and money. So both parties will get some values. One will get time and one will get money. So the basic idea is like we are not looking for some professionals like who is like a skilled person, but here basically the person who need to buy some time for himself or herself, so they can have some opportunity to get someone to do some like general run errands and get some help, right? For me, believe me, I won't be doing like I never attend this meeting alone. I would be multitasking all the time. I might be cooking or doing something else and listening to you all the time. So and like so people like me can have some time to concentrate on some things if they can get some help from outside for like minimum price like they can afford. So that's the basic idea of our project. And the other platforms, they do not have screening process over there, and we might go a little in detail to check the background and like police verification and all. So this is like we can secure people that they can trust each other, even needer and helper, they can trust each other. They like they are verified people, from like they are not criminals kind of things. So that's what I wanted to tell you.
No, you're right. I mean, what you're telling me is in line to what I'm saying. So what I really felt when I heard to Ashwin is these 2 points, right? One is if you are able to create your product and value that really helps the people who don't live for the who are not professionals but who are passionate, and you're basically helping them to fulfill their passion by time and money, whatever the way that you explained, Hetal. If you focus that would be the good value prop. And the second thing that you talked about, securing, you have to do it no matter what. Okay, like because you are basically getting someone else to come into the home of someone else, and if something bad happens, your company will be in big time trouble, right? So
Yeah.
you've got to make sure that there are certain legal stuffs has been taken care of, and that is inherent to this. Okay. And then the last one I wanted to talk to you about is MVP. So probably you guys need to think about what would be your MVP. I mean, you might probably pick one task that makes sense, and then it could be an entertainment. It could be a party. Let's start with a simple one, right? You wanted to organize a party, and you need help from someone who has organized party for their kids and who have their own experiences, and they wanted to come and help you to organize your kids' party. As an example, just start with a small thing. Kids' birthday party. It could be, or it could be a small celebrations at home. It's not necessarily like, someone comes with a spanner to fix the nuts and bolts in your house. Not necessarily that. You can think of something that's kind of unique, right? That's not out there as one MVP, and build upon that. That's my another input that I wanted to share. So that is all the key pointers for this slide from me. Anyone else have anything? Yeah, please feel free to help the Ashwin.
Yeah, this is Farhan here. I love the effort that has gone into putting this. I think one key element is missing here. And right now, it would either go within weakness or opportunity, and that is financing, right? So, that would be a weakness. You haven't gathered the financing part yet, I understand, but putting the funds together to get your project off the ground and running, obviously that is something that you guys have to analyze in terms of how much, what's involved. But I would put somewhere within here the finance aspect of this. That's my observation.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Good point. Because one of the action, right? The three things that we talked about in the starting, Farhan. The first one is getting a trusted advisor, and the second one is knowing how to create a pitch deck. The hidden agenda of me to give that action point to these guys to understand how to create the pitch deck basically will cover what you're telling me, right? Not only that, it will also cover multiple other things that I have taught this team since last 20-25 sessions. So that's one of the reason of asking them to go through the pitch deck and learn more. If that makes sense.
Yeah, Kader. Yes.
Good point. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Awesome. Let's move on, Ashwin.
Yeah.
Good work. Yeah.
So the next slide will take care by my colleague Mukit about the technology. Mukit, please proceed.
Yeah. Okay. So for the technology for quick work, we were planning on using the frameworks React.js and Django, or we were going to use Flutter, which is something that I'm currently working on. So right now, what we're trying to decide is whether we're going to create a mobile-focused application or a website-focused application. And we're going to be using the respective programming languages for both of these frameworks. And also for the database and servers we were planning on using, we don't have too much knowledge yet on which database and server would work best for us. But at the moment, we're looking at servers like MySQL and Microsoft SQL servers.
Good.
So,
Great. Something to learn about, Greg. See, this team have also thought about not only on the management aspect of it, entrepreneurship and management aspect of it, but also started identifying the technical aspects of it, what they need to learn as a team to put this program together, right? So this is something to learn from this team, all of us, including Greg, your team, right? This is good. Let's move on.
So our current progress is that we've done a thorough brainstorming of our product idea. We are also in the middle of conducting a survey to validate our market. It's ongoing. We're also finding our total addressable market and serviceable addressable market by looking at more competitors and the overall space and gap in the market. We've also done thorough analysis for go/no-go decisions. Right now, we're working on creating a requirements document for our MVP. We're also developing necessary skills And we're also looking to add new members that we need, such as an experienced developer.
Awesome.
Any question,
Okay,
please?
any
feel
question?
free to
Yeah.
ask.
No, nothing on this slide. This is good. I mean, you guys are doing extraordinary good work, and you're
Hey, Muki.
all that you have learned theoretically in practice. That's how I can already see. Keep up the good work. Yeah.
No, definitely a lot of effort that has gone into this. At the same time, you guys are a step ahead on identifying the tools required to get you to where you are. That's great. Typically, when you initially start, you have the business case and everything, and then the tools would just fit in. But you guys are a step ahead of that. So kudos to you guys.
Thanks.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you.
everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, Muki, I have questions. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So Flutter, you mentioned Flutter, right? So Flutter is, I believe it's only for mobile app.
Yes, so that's what I was talking about. We're still deciding about whether we're going to create a website for our program or an application. So these are two options between those respective platforms.
Yeah, it is a cross-platform tool, so you can develop like Android and iOS both in a one single code.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also chose Flutter because we don't need to code in a native program, as our product doesn't require fast speeds.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's move on. Or is there any other questions?
No. Maybe I would kind of probably put a question to Darren's thong. So Darren's, yeah, we are coming towards the end of the session. So hopefully you are getting what we are trying to do here. And I know that you mentioned you're passionate about, you started doing the coding, you're passionate about learning to code and be part of something. So hopefully you can choose one of the teams here. What's your thoughts, any questions or any comments to share, Darren's?
Yeah, I'm all new to this, so right now I'm just absorbing as much as I can. But I like the whole everything that you guys are doing, and just being able to just bounce ideas off of each other. My background has been in healthcare for years, so our thought process is different. So this is a little bit different than what I'm used to, but I'm interested to just keep learning and seeing what you guys have, and then I think maybe down the road I probably will be able to contribute more in terms of maybe commenting on, like, for example, the vision of exchanging values. I see where you're going with that, although I think initially it's a little bit unclear what that values is. Initially, I thought maybe you're trying to say exchange services for the vision, but maybe you're trying to go for more than that, but then you'd have to try to make it more clear in terms of what the vision you want people to see.
Good input. So Darren, I just wanted to kind of leave the option open here. See, like I mentioned, we have 3 teams, right? So this is the second team, quick work, and the first team has already presented their idea, and the third team is going to present next week. What I heard from you is you are starting now, and your latest aspiration, and you wanted to become as a developer. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I'm still really new, so I can't. I don't think I can contribute a whole lot in terms of coding at this point because my skills are still really basic. But down the road, I'm not too sure what specific avenue I want to go down. But in general, it is going down the route of becoming a developer.
Good. So the reason I wanted to kind of shift gears and ask you these questions is because everyone in this call or like you, or even in some cases worse than you, right? Who don't even know what the computer is, and then they started this journey. They are learning and they are building the code together and coming together, learning technical skills, entrepreneurial skills, management skills, and everything together. So You will not feel out of place, and this is a right place for you to start. I'll leave you to think about it and join one of the team and just get started with them, and that's the best way of learning together. So with that, I'll kind of hand over the session back to our quick work team.
Okay.
Thanks, Kader.
Thank you. Okay, so for the next slide, we're going to be talking about the challenges we're addressing at the moment. So one of our biggest challenges is the people in our team. So we need more experienced developers and more people looking to become developers. We also need to figure out how we're going to get our hands on more equipment. And we also need to find a defined platform. We need to get in touch with some people who know about developing, and we need to figure out a valid platform for our product. And we also need to find a way to get some funding to get our product and our MVP up and running. So is there any other questions for this slide?
No, from me.
No, this is very well done at a high level. And then I'm hoping that the next step here, you guys can actually put some dollar figures to these challenges that you have. This way you will know approximate, and obviously you'll have to talk to people in the industry, how much an experienced developer charges, what kind of tools you need and what costs they are, those kind of things. So you have a rough idea what magnitude of funding you need. Just I thought I'd throw that out here. Go ahead though.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll add that in the pitch deck we're going to be doing soon. Thank you for the input. Okay, and the next slide is thank you for listening.
All right, so I just wanted to 6 minutes out to close this call. I just wanted to say it again for you guys as well. Focus on those 3 action points that we took in our last session, right? Now we need to start working on those action points. So the first thing for you related to identifying the trusted advisor, I would say, because your vision and mission is a little bit broader, I would say that you think of Darren's input, and even in that input, think of nailing it down to one particular service. I just gave you an example, right? Getting a service to make your kids party or any party that you do at home more meaningful, right, and fun. So that could be one idea. Like that, you got to pick one thing, right? One service, and then build on that and become expert on that, and that itself will help you to evolve your product bigger and so on. So you got to find that sweet spot, that one MVP that you wanted to do. So if you do that, then if you think of our first action point, which is identifying the trusted advisor, you would be able to go behind the right trusted advisor to get more ideas and validates your existing idea, refine your idea, and so on. Let's say, for example, you chose to do the party, right? Then you can talk to many families who have done parties for their kids and ask them, hey, if I do this, would you be interested to go and help others to do their kids and family parties, or and so on, right? It will allow you to go and validate, identify the trusted advisor, both someone who wants to help a party organized and someone who needs help to get the party organized, right? So I'm just giving that as an example, but I'll leave you guys to think about it. But you got to nail that down and find your trusted advisor. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, once you have the trusted advisor, you got to know how you can position yourself, right? So pitch deck, which we talked about it, and you guys are going to start working on that. And then the last thing is, this team also said the same thing, right? We need to build a stronger team. Now, remember, I know the funding is important for you all. I know Farhan has said that a couple of times. You got to put all those things, but nevertheless, in this particular program, Testoper project, we're not going to go and find developers, pay them to do this. We're going to find volunteers to help you to do this, right? So that means you need to find a way how you can start building the team. These are the 3 things that we all have to focus, okay? And that's my conclusion as well in today's session after hearing to your pitch deck. Now let's hear in our next week, Friday, pitch deck from Mickey. Mickey, you can kind of think about it with Coreta, because you guys are just two. Maybe if you wanted to join one of the teams, you can also let us know before start of the next week session, and then based on that we will plan it out. But nevertheless, these are the 3 areas we need to focus, guys. Now, what we will have to do is from next session onwards, after the third team's presentation, we will have to start doing this together. And I'm going to help you to make sure these 3 things you are able to do it right. Okay, so that's what we are going to do from the next session, probably next 2 to 3 sessions. Then we will fall back to the training mode where I will start helping you guys to train on product development lifecycle, which is our second foundational element, second element that we would learn together, followed by entrepreneurship related knowledge, some additional stuff in addition to knowing how to build the product, launch and operate. And finally, we will end that with investors, pitch decks and so on. Okay, so that's going to be our goal, and I hope everything is clear for you guys, and I'll leave the floor for questions before we close. We have 2 minutes and comments.
I just wanted to say, I have seen the teams work. Initially they were even shy to talk, and I'm so glad to the level that they've achieved now, where they're all working very well together. And I would really love to see the team's products come to fruition and see you guys be successful. That is a huge vision on my part, and I'm sure same as from Kadir's side as well. So keep up the great job, and your efforts will pay off. Go ahead, Kadir.
Yep, I think you closed it well, Farhan. I can't really do justice telling anything more than what you said. So let's close the call for today. Good work, Ashwin and team. You guys are pulled together. Awesome. Keep it up. Let's hear from the third team next week, and then we will start working on these 3 key actions that we took to make it let's do rubber meet the road. That's the right way of saying it, right? These 3 things that we identified that we wanted to do. Now let's go and do it. That's what we're going to make it happen from next week onwards. And I wanted all the team to think about these 3 points. Just keep these 3 points in your head and start thinking about how am I going to do it in practice, right? Not in book, not in theory, in practice. How am I going to do it? How am I going to make this work as an entrepreneur, as a team leader of your team? Okay, so with that, let's close the session. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, I wanted to tell something. Tomorrow's session, we may have to end up canceling. I don't want to send a cancellation request publicly to everyone, to all the registrants for tomorrow's microservice architecture session. The reason because, our speaker, you all know Kavita, her dad or in-law, I need to double check that. I don't remember. Passed away, right? Yesterday, so she cannot obviously, take the session because of the, things that they have to do, right? So tomorrow we won't have the session, and I know that some of you guys normally attend that session. So if you have some other plans, you're good to go with that plan. So because we are not going to have that session, I'll be logging into that session. And whoever joins, only to them I will tell this news, and then I will probably close the session. And I don't want to publicly send it on the WhatsApp or in any other communication medium that we have. Just FYI to you all. Darren, thanks for joining, and appreciate you joining. So we use Microsoft Teams, which is our communication platform. Send your first name, last name, and your email address. We will add you into the platform so you can collaborate with the team that you see here. In future, right? And also many other hundreds of community members, you can collaborate, send and receive messages and so on from that platform. So with that, let's close for today. Have a wonderful time. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kadir. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.